And I want to make sure everyone understands what I'm saying for the ones that's within the borders. I want you to understand what I'm saying when I say don't come in the borders making YouTube videos. When I say this, I want to be very clear. I'm talking about making videos where you are giving people instructions or telling them something the Most High told you and that they should. You hint to the fact we should do this, we should do that, we shouldn't do this. Giving direction. Now, if you come over here and you love to make music, that's in your heart to give the Most High praise, that's fine. I'm not talking about these people. You were making YouTube videos in America. You come over here, continue making YouTube videos, singing, do whatever you love to do. You're not leading people or pointing them, do this and do that. That went for those that's pointing people in certain directions. Do this, do that. These people need to sit back and learn. Again, I had no intentions on making YouTube videos whatsoever. Nothing in me wanted to do YouTube videos or teach people. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. As I learned, I grew and I grew and I saw people being led astray. And that's when the Most High put it in me to put word out, to put his word out, to dig into the scriptures, to show scriptures that people don't go into. So are we to love our enemies, barack those that curse us? Do good to those that hate us? We're going to see through the scripture, what did they do? And I have to touch on this hate thing. I told you this is not a hate speech. You have people out here, they're quick to call something a hate speech. One thing about hate, and our people know this, we don't do the hating. They hate us because of the color of our skin. This is what happens. And they commanded us to love everybody. But they hate us. We didn't hate them or anybody else. We didn't have hate in us. That wasn't part of who we are. But some people, they hate others. And they had to be told, don't hate. And so we have this thing thinking that we have a problem with loving people. No. Or having a problem with hating people. We never had this problem. This was never our issue. We never hated people because of the color of their skin. Some of our people, truth be told, it was so much hate against us, some of our people started hating them. And hating them because of how they are. Not even the color of their skin. But how they are. Them hating us so much. Because we're born the way we look. Because our hair is the way it looked. You know, it's woolly. It doesn't lay down. It's not thin. And so they're hating on us for this reason. We didn't hate on people. This is not one of our weaknesses. So let's see this in scripture. Who hated who? Psalms 55:3. Because of the voice of the enemy. Right now, today, there is a voice of the enemy. If you don't know the voice of the enemy, you will take this voice as the voice of one that's righteous or the voice of the Most High. You have to distinguish the difference between the voice of the Most High and the voice of the enemy. And the enemy is speaking to people. And they're saying that's of the Most High. And what this enemy is saying, it goes against scripture. These people don't know scripture. So they think it's from the Most High and they follow this voice. Remember, he said, my sheep know my voice, and a stranger, one that's speaking something other than his word, they will not follow. See, the righteous not following something strange other than his word. This love your enemies, that's something strange. Barack those that curse you, that's strange. Now, when we were in Christianity, we ate this up. Because we didn't know the voice of the Most High. But now that we know the voice of the Most High, this is strange. Do good to those who hate you. Pray for those who spitefully use you. We're going to see, did our people do this in scripture? Did our people curse? Because I have the examples and I have the scriptures to back what I'm saying. Because of the oppression of the wicked, for they bring down trouble upon me. See, they brought trouble upon our people due to the curses of Deuteronomy 28. And in wrath they hate me. They hated us. We're the hated. You know, he said they hated me. Know for surely they're going to hate you. They're the ones that's hating. This isn't a hate speech. When we say damn the wicked, we agree with the scripture. So example number 1, you don't have to look far in the scriptures to find out. Did one man curse another man? Surely, the person saying, surely the Most High is the only one that can curse. Is that a lie? Is that the truth? Which is it? Man, no man in scripture cursing? That's a no-brainer. Genesis 9, 20, and 27. The church, wait a minute, hold up. The churches gave us this. The churches told us Noah cursed Canaan. They told us this. And we got this from church. So this person evidently didn't even spend time in church to know a man cursed another man? Did Noah get in trouble for cursing his grandson? Did the Most High do something to him concerning this? Noah was considered and called a perfect man. So this is Genesis 9, 20 through 27. And Noah began to be a farmer. This was after the flood. And he planted a vineyard. This is the first time planting. Then he drank of the wine and was drunk. He drank of the wine and was drunk. Yes, he got drunk. He was in his own place, his own tent, and he could do whatever he wanted. He didn't have to worry about other people. He wasn't drinking. And this wine he drunk, it was not the wine of Esau. It was a righteous wine. And became uncovered in his tent. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw his nakedness of his father. Ham saw the nakedness. Notice it says, of the father of Canaan. They had to mention that because we know who's about to get cursed. Wait a minute. The son didn't see, Ham's son didn't see the nakedness. Ham saw the nakedness. Why didn't he curse Ham? So the Ham, the father of Canaan, saw his nakedness of his father. He told his 2 brothers outside. So he went outside, told his 2 brothers. But Shem and Japheth took a garment, laid it on both their shoulders, and went backwards and covered their father's nakedness. Their faces were turned away, and they did not see their father's nakedness. This is about seeing his father being naked, not having sex. We have wicked people saying, you see, this is something sexual. No, it was about him seeing his father naked. This is why they walked backwards and they did not see their father's nakedness. Wicked people love to add to the scripture. So Noah awoke from his wine. Now he's sober. You see, we need to sober up from Babylon. And knew what his younger son had done to him. Then said, cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants, he shall be to his brother. Cursed. Here is my first example. I told you we can go to Genesis. We can go to the beginning and find a man cursing a man. We see Noah cursing Canaan. I asked my son, why didn't curse Ham? And he quoted in Jubilees where Ham was baraked by the Most High. He baraked his son, so he couldn't curse what the Most High had baraked, so he cursed his seed. He cursed his seed and say he would be the servants of servants. Speaking of my son, I didn't have time to put these scriptures together. Once again, my son, I asked him what I needed, and he immediately started working, giving me these scriptures. He gave me the scriptures you are reading. Thank the Most High for my son, for his obedience to his father. Baraka, I speak over him. Verse 26, and he said, Barak be Yahuah, the mighty one of Shem, and may Canaan be his servant, and may Yahuah enlarge Japheth. He's speaking Baraka over Shem and Baraka over Japheth for covering his nakedness. And may he dwell in the tents of Shem. And may Canaan be his servant. So Canaan becoming a servant. Canaan being cursed. And we understand now why that seed had to be removed. We see the Most High agreeing and carrying out this curse with our people that came out and went into the land being led by Joshua. That was that seed that they had to destroy from out of the earth. The seed of Canaan. We don't curse, but we're supposed to barak. 2 Kings 2, 22 to 24. Example number 2. So the waters remain healed to this day according to the word of Elisha. So here we see Elisha. And here we have, he spoke. Elisha spoke. This is what he said. Then he went up from there to Bethel. And as he was going up to the road, watch this. Some youth, the KJV says, some boys. They were young kids, youngsters. They came from the city and mocked him. They didn't curse him. Get this. They did not curse him. They mocked him and said to him, go up, you bald head. Our people don't understand this. Our people didn't know this. Man, only Yahuah can curse. For someone to say that, you see how unlearned this person is? Go up. We got this also in Christianity. You bald head. They call him bald head. Go up. Bald head. They call him a bald head. Go up. They said it again. So they're saying it over and over, mocking him. They didn't curse him out. They didn't speak a curse over him. They just called him a name. So he turned around and looked at them and pronounced a curse. No. If you want to be wicked, you would say he turned to them and pronounced a baraka over them. Is that what Elisha did? No. He pronounced a curse. But we are to barak though. We are to barak those that curse us. We ought to do good to those that despitefully use. You see this weakness? You see this? He cursed them. He pronounced a curse on them in the name of Yahuah. I had to pronounce a curse as the Most High commanded me in the name of Yahuah. And 2 female bears came out of the woods and mauled the 42 of the youth. It was 42 kids. If our people today saw this, they would call Elisha wicked. The court system today, they would call him a serial killer. And they would want to put him to death. Now, we must have a public service announcement. I do not encourage anyone, especially people coming into the knowledge of the truth. I say this with all my heart and everything I have within me. I do not want people to see this in scripture and think, oh, we can curse people and start cursing people. Don't do this. I do not recommend doing this. I recommend you to study, get in the scriptures, learn, and be led by the Most High. Now, the Most High taught me this years ago, probably 2 years ago, through visions. He taught me this. He didn't give me an order to do it until 2 years later. So we don't need to be doing this. He taught me something about this. Elisha, he knew all about this. He knew when to use it, when not to use it. When you just learn of this, don't use this. You will speak a curse on yourself if you do it to the wrong person. This is dangerous and deadly and not recommended to be done.